School prepared us for exams, not for life. It taught us how to memorize information, follow instructions, and chase marks, but it never explained how the real world actually works. Once school ends, there are no teachers, no timetables, and no guaranteed results, and that's where most people feel lost. We were never taught how to handle failure, manage money, build discipline, or make decisions under uncertainty. These aren't optional life skills. They decide whether someone grows or stays stuck. Yet somehow, the most important lessons were never part of the syllabus. This video is not about hating school or blaming teachers. It's about exposing the gap between education and reality. The things you're about to hear are lessons people usually learn through pain, mistakes, and years of trial and error. Lessons that school never warned us about. If this feels uncomfortable, that's the point. Because once you see what was missing, you can finally start learning what actually matters. School taught subjects, not survival. School trained us to memorize answers, not to survive real life. You spent years solving equations on a blackboard, but nobody explained how to handle rejection, failure, or uncertainty. You learned how to score marks, not how to make decisions when there's no syllabus and no right answer waiting at the back of the book. Real life doesn't give you MCQs, it throws situations and expects judgment. Nobody taught you how money actually works. You can write a perfect exam on economics, but still end up broke because no one explained budgeting, compounding, debt traps, or why lifestyle inflation silently kills dreams. School acted like money is a dirty topic, while reality revolves around it 24/7. Ignoring it doesn't make you spiritual, it makes you financially vulnerable. School also never taught you that effort doesn't always equal reward. In exams, hard work usually pays off. In life, timing, leverage, network, and luck matter just as much. This hits people hard after graduation, when they realize the "study hard and everything will be fine" formula suddenly stops working. That shock breaks confidence, not because you're weak, but because you were misinformed. And the biggest miss? School never taught you how to think, only what to think. Questioning was discouraged, obedience was rewarded, and conformity was safe. But life rewards critical thinking, adaptability, and the ability to unlearn fast. The world doesn't care how sincere you were in class. It cares how fast you can evolve when the rules change. Failure is not an exception, it's the default. School made failure look like a disaster. One bad exam and suddenly you were weak, average, or not serious. Nobody told you that failure is not a sign of incompetence. It's the standard entry fee for doing anything meaningful. Real growth doesn't happen in perfect report cards. It happens in repeated screw-ups and brutal self-correction. In school, failure had consequences but no lessons. You got marks, ranks, and scoldings, but rarely feedback that actually helped you improve. Life works the opposite way. It doesn't hand you grades, it hands you results. If something fails, the only useful question is not, who's to blame, but, what system was broken? That mindset alone separates stuck people from unstoppable ones. Another lie school sold was that smart people don't fail. Reality check. The most capable people fail more because they attempt more. Average people fail less because they don't try at all. School rewarded playing safe, life punishes it. If you're not failing occasionally, you're probably under-aiming. Most importantly, school never taught emotional resilience. How to sit with embarrassment. How to rebuild after public failure. How to keep self-respect when things don't work out. Life doesn't pause to comfort you, it expects you to adapt. The sooner you normalize failure, the faster you stop fearing it, and fear is the real failure. Nobody is coming to save you. School conditions you to wait. Wait for the teacher. Wait for instructions. Wait for results. Over time, this builds a dangerous belief that someone senior, smarter, or more powerful will eventually step in and fix things. Real life shatters this illusion fast. There is no bell, no authority figure, and no one whose job is to care more about your future than you do. Nobody tells you that adulthood starts the moment responsibility becomes non-transferable. You can blame the system, the economy, the government, or your background, but none of them will show up to pay your bills or clean up your mistakes. School protected you from consequences. Life exposes you to them directly and immediately. Another harsh truth school skipped: asking for permission is optional. Most opportunities don't require approval, they require initiative. People who move ahead aren't always more talented, they're just less hesitant. While others wait for validation, they start. Life rewards action, not intention. Once this clicks, something powerful happens. You stop complaining and start designing your own systems. You stop expecting fairness and start building leverage. School trained you to be dependent, life demands self-leadership. The day you accept that no rescue is coming is the day you quietly become dangerous, in a good way. People skills matter more than marks. School made marks look like the ultimate currency. Score high, stay quiet, follow rules, success guaranteed. Reality flips this completely. Life runs on people, not percentages. You can be insanely skilled, but if you can't communicate, negotiate, or read the room, your growth hits a hard ceiling. Nobody taught you how to speak clearly, listen actively, or disagree without sounding insecure. School rewarded silence. Life rewards articulation. The person who explains ideas well often outpaces the person who only understands them. Clarity is power, and school barely trained it. Another uncomfortable truth: perception matters. Not in a fake way, but in a functional way. How people experience you affects opportunities, promotions, collaborations, trust. School pretended this was irrelevant. Life makes it unavoidable. Being competent is good. Being likable and reliable multiplies that competence. And no, this isn't manipulation, it's human psychology. Relationships are leverage. Networks are shortcuts. Emotional intelligence often beats raw intelligence in long-term success. School taught you to compete alone. Life rewards those who can work with, influence, and uplift others. Discipline beats motivation every time. School hyped motivation, inspirational speeches, topper stories, and last-minute pressure before exams. What it never explained is that motivation is unstable. It shows up randomly and disappears under stress. Real life doesn't wait for you to feel like it. It rewards people who act even when energy is low. Discipline isn't intensity, it's consistency. Doing small, boring actions daily beats heroic effort once a month. School schedules forced discipline on you, but never taught you how to build it yourself. Once that external structure disappears, most people collapse, not because they're lazy, but because they were never trained to self-regulate. Another truth: discipline is a system, not willpower. Your environment, habits, and routines decide your future more than raw desire. Life gets easier when your default actions align with your goals. School taught you rules. Life demands personal standards. When you master discipline, confidence follows automatically. You trust yourself because you keep promises to yourself. Motivation makes you start. Discipline makes you unstoppable. School celebrated talent. Life quietly crowns the consistent. Money is a skill, not a salary. School made it seem like money automatically follows education. Study hard, get a degree, land a job, and everything magically works out. Reality is harsher. Money doesn't respect certificates, it respects value creation. Plenty of educated people struggle financially because no one taught them how income actually scales. Nobody explained the difference between earning money and building wealth. Salary is linear and capped, skills, assets, and leverage are exponential. School prepared you to be employable, not financially independent. It taught you how to pass interviews, not how to negotiate pay, manage cash flow, or avoid lifestyle traps. Another missing lesson: debt is a tool, not a villain, but only if you understand it. Without financial literacy, debt quietly becomes a cage. EMIs, credit cards, and social pressure eat future freedom. School avoided these conversations, and people paid the price with decades of stress. Once you realize money is a learnable skill, shame disappears. You stop saying, "I'm bad with money," and start asking, "What system am I missing?" Life doesn't punish ignorance politely, it compounds it. Learn the rules early, or pay interest forever. Your health is your real report card. School treated health like a side topic, a single PT period, some theory in biology, and done. But real life makes it brutally clear: without health, everything else collapses. Money, ambition, relationships, all become irrelevant when your body or mind is breaking down. Nobody taught you how sleep works, how stress accumulates, or how small daily habits silently decide long-term health. School normalized exhaustion and praised overwork. Life sends the bill later, in the form of burnout, anxiety, and chronic issues people call normal adulthood. Mental health was almost invisible. Emotions were dismissed, pressure was normalized, and comparison was constant. Yet emotional regulation is a core life skill. If you can't manage your thoughts, fears, and impulses, external success won't save you. School focused on performance. Life demands sustainability. Health isn't about aesthetics or trends, it's infrastructure. The strongest people aren't the most intense, but the most balanced. When you treat your body and mind like long-term assets instead of disposable tools, life becomes not just longer, but sharper. The world isn't fair, and that's not an excuse. School pushed a comforting myth: be good, work hard, and you'll be rewarded. Reality doesn't run on moral scoring. Outcomes aren't evenly distributed, and effort doesn't guarantee success. Some people start ahead, some fall behind despite doing everything right. This isn't cynicism, it's statistical reality. What school failed to teach is that unfairness is a condition, not a sentence. Complaining about it changes nothing. Understanding it lets you adapt. Life rewards strategic thinking, choosing the right game, not just playing harder. People who win aren't always the most deserving, they're often the most aware. Another missing lesson: resentment is expensive. It drains energy without improving outcomes. School taught obedience, not agency. Life forces a choice: stay bitter or get better. Once you accept the rules aren't fair, you stop expecting justice and start building advantage. Fairness is comforting. Reality is useful. The sooner you switch from moral expectations to practical strategies, the faster life stops feeling cruel and starts feeling navigable. Identity is flexible, not fixed. School labels you early: topper, average, weak, disciplined, troublemaker. Over time, those labels stick and quietly become your identity. The problem? Most of them were based on a narrow system that measured only one kind of intelligence. Life is way bigger than that. Nobody told you that identity is editable. You are not your past marks, your old habits, or other people's opinions. In life, reinvention isn't cheating, it's survival. People who grow fastest are the ones who let go of outdated self-images without ego. School trained you to seek approval. Life rewards self-definition. If you keep outsourcing your identity to society, family, or trends, you'll always feel behind. Growth starts when you choose who you want to become and then align daily actions with that choice. Once you understand this, comparison loses power. You stop asking, "Am I good enough?" and start asking, "Am I improving?" School graded you once a year. Life lets you upgrade every day, if you take control. Life is a long game, not an exam. School trained you to think in short cycles: unit tests, midterms, finals. You cram, perform, forget, repeat. Life doesn't work like that. It's a long, continuous game where consistency beats intensity and patience beats panic. There is no final exam, only direction. Nobody taught you that progress is nonlinear. Some years feel explosive, others feel stagnant. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means compounding is invisible before it becomes obvious. People quit right before momentum kicks in because school conditioned them to expect fast feedback. Another missing lesson: success is rarely loud. It's built quietly through habits, boring routines, and delayed gratification. School celebrated instant toppers. Life rewards people who stay in the game while others burn out chasing shortcuts. Once this clicks, anxiety drops. You stop rushing, stop comparing timelines, and start focusing on trajectory. Life isn't asking you to be perfect, it's asking you to persist. School prepared you to pass tests. Life asks you to design yourself. School gave us a starting point, but life demands self-education. Once you see the gaps, you can't unsee them, and that's a good thing. Awareness is the first step toward control, and control is what separates people who drift from people who design their future. None of these lessons are meant to discourage you. They're meant to wake you up. You're not late, you're not broken, and you're not behind. You were just trained for a different game. The moment you take responsibility for learning beyond school is the moment real growth begins. Life doesn't care about your marks, your past, or your excuses. It responds only to your actions, your habits, and your decisions. Learn the rules, adapt fast, and keep moving forward, because the most important education starts after the classroom ends.